tonight I am just kind of going along with the other videos that I've made, and we are back to templates. Okay, so I kind of just want to like wring some necks right now. I don't understand why you guys are sending out templates. Okay, so once again, we're going back to the simplest of everything on how to construct the dispute letter, right? Like from top to bottom, what goes into it. And hierarchy was probably not the term I was looking for. Maybe it was workflow. Maybe it's a whatever. Like, don't use templates. Okay, so let me move myself off the screen. Okay, I'm going to show you two different letters. One that I wrote, and that's this one, and then this other one right here. Okay, so this one that you're looking at is a Section 609 template, and it's only part of a Section 609 template, okay? So even though this is super simplified, you don't want it to look like that, or it's like, you know, pursuant to Section 609A1A, you're required by federal law through the physical verification of the original signed consumer contract and on all accounts that you post on a credit report. Otherwise, anyone paying for your reporting services can fax, mail, or email on a fraudulent account. Therefore, I'm demanding to see verifiable proof of an original consumer contract with my signature on it. Blah, 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 blah. And here are the accounts, and you need to remove them because you need to provide physical verification. What? Okay, why don't you take the actual purpose behind this and put it in like regular terms? Because when the bureaus get this dispute letter, they're going to match it against millions of other dispute letters that have been mailed by consumers just like you that want to remove stuff just like you have. And they're going to be like, oh, it's a template. Even though it's a simplified template, it's a template. And guess what? Dun, 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 verified. Okay, so the way that you do this is you're going to write a dispute letter that has 3 parts. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Sender and recipient, purpose, and accounts and reasons. That's it. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You have, and these are just boilerplates, right? So let me move myself down here. So you have your information, name, address, social, date of birth, that type of stuff. And then you have the recipient, right? So whichever bureau that you're writing. So you don't need to put the full address. Now, I did put it on here just in case some of you are using, double paned envelopes. That's totally fine. I only use them when I'm doing creditor or collection agency dispute letters, but that's okay. Do what you do on that. So you do not need to put the full address. If you want to make it look super simple, just put Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion, or even Dear Equifax, blah, 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 blah. You can also put to whom it may concern, Equifax, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that is part 1. Then you're going to put a simple paragraph or statement about what the hell the freaking purpose is. Why are you writing this dispute letter? Okay, so you don't need to put pursuant to, you don't need to put any of that stuff. You don't need to grab from other letters. And someone brought something up today, and it was just still like, it's still a template, dude, because he said, well, what if I have a template and I just change sentence 1 and then I reword the bottom part of it? It's still a template. You still went somewhere and took that letter that was already created and then changed some things. That's what a template is, right? It's a pre-written letter that you're going and putting your information on, whether you change some stuff or not. Take 5 seconds and write your own dispute letter, okay? So, simple paragraph. For example, today is one of the worst days of my life. I thought I'd get this mortgage, and instead I get a 3-page report full of inaccuracies and accounts that don't belong here. Super simple. That's the purpose, okay? And then right below it, it would be the creditor and then the account numbers and then the reasons for dispute and then whether I want to delete or adjust, all right? Or please fix the issues below because you're reporting them inaccurately. How simple is that? Or if this is round 2 or higher, what doesn't make sense is that I've sent you a ton of information that proves you're reporting accounts wrong, and yet you continue to violate my rights. I need to not only see the paperwork that backs up your opinion, because it's not fact, right? Opinion that they're accurate, but I also need to receive a detailed report that goes over the exact methods and procedures used during the investigation. I need to know how you performed an independent investigation instead of you just telling me what the creditor said, because remember, they are not allowed to parrot, meaning repeat, what the creditor said. So they have to do their own investigation. So if you go and look at the lawsuit for Consumer versus TransUnion from 1997, Congressional Opinion states that they can't just, like, okay, so you sent your first dispute letter, right? And I did show this in one of the videos previously. You send your own dispute letter, and this is letter 1, and you're like, these are inaccurate. And they're like, no, they're verified. So now you can go back and say, well, I need you to reinvestigate because I'm right and you're wrong, and then you give a different dispute reason. So they have to go and reinvestigate because it's new and relevant information. Except for this time, they can't just tell you, oh, well, JCPenney's or, you know, Capital One or whatever, the bankruptcy court said, you know, this thing is verified and that's it. No. They have to do an independent investigation to determine the accuracy of the account or accounts. So how can they do that if all they're doing is going to the creditor? So that's why I put a couple things in that paragraph just to give you, you know, somewhere to start with what you say on round 2, round 3, round 4, without using, you know, pursuant to's and those 2 to 4 page dispute letters that just don't mean anything. That whole 4 pages fits into that paragraph right there. I need to know how you verified this and how you did it independently and what you used. So you have the method of verification, you have, you know, not parroting. I mean, there's so much in that one paragraph, but I wrote it just based off the top of my head because that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, so now below that is going to be section 3, the creditor name, or it's supposed to say creditor, not credit. Creditor name and the account number, and then right below that, next to it, whatever, is going to be the dispute reason. So for example, it's an unknown account. Unknown account or unverified account, please delete. So that would be like round 1 for like a medical or whatever, even if it's, you know, a charge off. If it's unknown, state that it's unknown. So another thing would be, you know, delete for inaccuracy. So I used to put kind of long reasons. I would put a very simple statement of the purpose, but like my length would be in the actual reasons, and I stopped doing that. So because it needs to, you know, that the computer's reading it. So I mean, you don't want to put, like, you're not writing a diary or a journal, you're just simplifying it to state why it needs to be deleted or adjusted. So you tell them what's wrong and then what you want to occur. I want you to delete this. I want you to update it to paid as agreed. I want you to remove this, you know, inquiry, this bankruptcy, whatever. So that would be delete for inaccuracy. The balances are not the same. Experian, $100, Equifax, $101, TransUnion, $502. Whatever it is, don't just put, you know, the balances are not correct, I don't owe this balance, whatever. You want to actually take that amount and stick it on there and show them why those numbers are not the same, okay? So keep it simple, delete or adjust, and why. So there's 2 parts to it, okay? So, and I know I'm making this very, very simplified, but the importance of this is that you guys are still sending templates. You don't understand why you shouldn't be sending templates, and you don't understand how to write your own dispute letter. So instead of, you know, going on to other things, I'm going back to the basics because it's the most important thing here, okay? How to write to get your deletions. Okay, so another one is delete for violation. These dates are different, and the date of last activity must be the same. Otherwise, the account's been raised, and that's a violation of the FCRA. So if you go back to the videos on the FCRA and FDCPA violations, you will see that one of them is the date of last activity. So one of the websites, I did say this, last week or whatever, that you can pull it from is Identity IQ. It's going to show you the date of last activity, and the newer date is probably going to be the one that's been re-aged. The older date is probably going to be the most accurate. So you don't need anything else after that. You don't have to put, I'm waiting on you. 15 days should be enough. Thank you. Please expedite. And then your name and then your signature. You don't have to do any of that. You gave them all your information at the top. You told them who you were writing to. You gave the purpose of the letter, and then you told them what you're disputing and what you want to happen. That's it. You don't need to put anything after it, and do not sign your dispute letters. They don't have to go certified. You don't have to get them notarized, and you don't have to sign them. And especially if you are disputing with the creditor or the collection agency, do not sign your dispute letters, because guess what? They're fucking shady, okay? They will take your signature, right? So I'm going to sign this real quick. They're going to take this signature, right? It says my name. Can't even see that. I'm going to take this signature, and all of a sudden that signature is now going to end up over here. So they can say, oh, well, you did sign a contract. Isn't this your signature? Well, yeah, that's my signature, but I didn't sign that. Oh, well, we kind of have your signature on our, contract right here. So, you sent a dispute letter asking for the contract and the proof, and here it is. What they did was they stole it and they transposed it, okay? So don't sign anything. And I'm telling you guys that this happens. There's been lawsuits on it. Do not sign anything, and stop sending these types of dispute letters, okay? You don't want to put tables. You don't want to do anything like that. Now, I have sent out dispute letters like that, maybe like on round 4 or 5 when I'm getting like really, really serious about it, and I'm sending, copies from the credit report and all of that bullshit. But just right off the bat, no, you don't need to do that. So basically, that is it for tonight. That's kind of all I wanted to talk about. The next video is probably going to be on something pretty cool that I can't think about right now. So that is it from Expert Credit Sweeps. I hope you have a great evening. If you need some professional help, you should probably call a therapist. But if you need help with your credit report, I am here for you. That was a joke. If you actually need help, that's not a laughing matter, but it was just a joke. Okay, so if you need assistance, the link for a consultation is down on the bottom, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I apologize for the quality of the video, but I needed to post it because it was supposed to go up last night, so I apologize about that. Have a great one from Expert Credit Sweeps, and I will see you guys next time.